Welcome in, welcome back, welcome to Stream-of-Unconsciousness, where the subject's made up and the words don't matter. When last we left our heroes, we were covering a little bit about some custom figures that I made. The most recent one was the Reagan Star Wars The Old Republic custom that I had worked on. Got a pretty good long video about that. Might need a little better editing, but who knows. The original one I worked on most recently was the John Crichton one. And then, of course, we've got the classic Fisher-Price Adventure People Star Trek figures that I had created. This one is not mine. This is actually Dr. Loomis from Plastic Meatball. They have a number of Halloween figures that are actually pretty nice. And you notice that Dr. Loomis is sans trench coat. He still looks pretty good. But I'll tell you why as we go into this. There's a couple things we're going to cover here, and we're going to go right into those right now. So there we have it. You see why we have a purloined Dr. Loomis trench coat. Now I'm going to end up making one of my own eventually. I just need to get the pattern printed out. I've got some decent fabric for it. But this will work in a pinch. As you can see, again, the head sculpt I picked up from Etsy. It's actually a pretty good head sculpt. Painted it myself. And then the body is a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull shirt sleeves Indiana Jones, which then I cut some things away, as you noticed. Added some more putty, did a little paint work at the voila, and the pistol is it's basically the same pistol as Reagan has, with bits cut off it. And then some slight resculpting. Let me see if I can get her a little more in focus here. There we go. So basically I did the same thing I did with her. I had a cast that didn't work out as well as I wanted, and I ended up cutting away the lower portion of the cast pistol, adding a little more putty to it to give it a little more definition for the Blade Runner blaster. And then again, I recast the same gun in orange translucent plastic and basically cut them together and cut them apart and glued them together to get that look. So again, I'll be working on my own trench coat for this, but in the interim, I think he looks pretty good. It's acceptable for a custom. Especially the quasi-complete custom, I think. So there we go. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for taking a look. As always, thanks for subscribing. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for the comments and the likes. Those are much appreciated. Love the engagement. As always, feel free to like and comment. I do have a tendency to respond and react to people in the comments section, so feel free to leave question, a comment, concern, humorous anecdote, and we'll get some engagement going there. All right, and that should do it for this time, and we will see you next time.